Today I took a major L, lost a lot of money. Everything's a learning experience. Before I tell you what happened, I'll give a story from when me and PJ were running a business back in high school. We started with $57 each. I started with 57, he started with 57, and then we ordered our first shipment of our product, which was nicotine, allegedly nicotine sticks that we were selling when we were sophomores in high school or juniors, something like that. And all we did is we just reinvested 100% of the money we made because we had a model that worked. There was unlimited demand for the product that we had and very tight supply. So we just reinvested and reinvested. But sometimes when we were ordering online, that website got shut down, so we had to go find an in-person dealer where we could get this stuff from. We found someone. He ended up stealing quite a bit of money from us. That was the first learning lesson that we had, and it didn't even faze us. There was zero consideration of, oh, okay, we did that, we did something stupid. We will now learn from our mistake and we will not do that again. We trusted the wrong person. We should have had better due diligence. Not everyone is going to run a business in an ethical manner. A few months later, a similar thing happened, but in a different way. And again, zero concern. I was just like, okay, learning lesson. That's all that matters is if we make the mistake, just don't fucking make the mistake again. And I was genuinely the way that we thought about it. Today, one of my main problems that I have is I lack attention to details. I'm very good at seeing the broad picture of things and looking at things from a high up level. But when it gets granular and doing it and having a precision to detail, my skill would be about a 1 out of 10. And right now we have a marketing company where we help probably the largest business owners on YouTube and on social media and in the finance space. We help them grow with the intent of helping them monetize by converting the views into customers for them. But recently I started finding sponsorships for all these people because we're doing like 15 to 25 million long form views per month, which is a substantial amount in that space. So there was a lot of money on the table. And so while I'm trying to get these relations with the sponsorship companies, I started reaching out to people saying that were large, that had sponsors, saying, hey, I would happily pay you for the list of current sponsors or past sponsors that you have if we close any deals. And I was using ChatGPT to scrape a lot of these lists, and then I would reach out to those people and I would do a lot of follow-ups, and one person answered me that said, hey, I'll do it. And I had offered them to pay them $5,000 for the list. But what I did not specify was if we closed any deals, because I was not the one writing these emails. I was having ChatGPT write a lot of the emails, and I honestly just thought that was assumed, which is a learning lesson. Don't do that. And they sent the list back, but it was for like an underwear company and like a completely irrelevant business that had zero correlation to any of the people that I work with at all. And so I said back, hey, there is nothing I can do with this list. Do you think Robert Kiyosaki, who's one of our clients, is going to start promoting an underwear brand? No, it's not going to happen. It's not a good fit. But this guy, he was not nice. So he was just blowing me up saying, dude, you have to pay. He was freaking out, honestly, in a weird way. And so from an integrity standpoint, it's just like, okay, I fucked up. I did not specify in my email that I was only going to pay if we actually closed the deal or we could use the sponsors. So if anyone needs a fucking underwear company as a sponsor, you can have them. But so that was the lesson. I need to have better attention to detail. And even though ChatGPT is great, you still have to have some quality control or make sure that what you're sending out makes sense and not be a fucking retard like me. Because it just sucks. It sucks because it's so stupid. If I wanted to go piss away $5,000, I could think of some stupid fucking ways to spend it. But just this is probably the stupidest way humanly possible. I would rather do anything else with that. So I'm more so irritated and frustrated with myself, and I think the whole situation is just stupid. Yeah. But I mean, nothing that can be done about it now, except just moving forward with some integrity as we are here in Cabo right now, just chilling. So I have personal beef with myself, ChatGPT, and this dude now. Fuck this dude. I mean, I'm very mellow, but I even offered that I would pay him for his time, which took 5 seconds, saying, hey dude, I'm sorry, this list cannot use it for anything. I appreciate it. It was of 7 companies. And I said, I would be happy to pay you for your time, but this is ridiculous. He said, no. $5,000. And so the one thing you can't go back on is your reputation, which I think is another valuable lesson. Like, your reputation is what really matters at the end of the day, and my reputation is worth a hell of a lot more than $5,000. Even though I think that there would be nothing wrong in this situation, I'm gonna send the money, take my loss, and just let good karma come the way, I guess. It's just fucking stupid. And this is, I don't ever get mad too often, but I get very irritated. And this is stuff that really irritates me. Something very small like this, where it's very avoidable. This whole situation was just very avoidable. But I'm a retard, so I didn't avoid it.